received an email from Book Outlet this week. I might have ordered some books, but at the very top of the email it said, "Your books are on the way. It's time to make some room." So, I'm making some room. Hi, my name is Jeanette, and I want to thank you for joining me on the channel Jane Reads. So today I am doing an unhaul of some books because I need to make some room on my shelves. So you may notice, you may not notice, that's okay. Either way, I rearranged my shelves a little bit over the weekend because today is the 25th. Well, technically today is the 21st when I'm filming this, but this is going up on the 25th. And my birthday is on the 28th of November, and then Christmas is December 25th. And I've asked for books for my birthday and Christmas. And I have placed my own book order. Book Outlet was having a really good sale. And I recently went to a library sale. I recently went to some thrift store shopping. So I need to make some room on my shelves. So I was running out of room, so I rearranged my shelves. I had planned on filming it, but then, so I filmed like an intro clip to the before of the shelves. And then as I'm moving things around, I was just getting frustrated with myself, and things weren't fitting where I wanted them to fit or how I wanted them to fit, and it felt like I had less room than I did before, even though I took a bunch of books off. So I decided, okay, filming's not happening. And so I just did it. So it's here behind me. And I will film a full bookshelf tour in the new year once I have all my new books on the shelf. And then I'll go through kind of the new setup. But I will insert the sneak peek that I did film when I finished it of kind of what it looks like now. So you will see that there is some empty room, some empty spaces. There are a few books that are still, this one might need to leave to make room for a new one. But we'll see how that goes when I get my new books. So before I start the actual unhaul, let's go to the clip of what it looked like before and what it looks like now. Okay, so these are my bookshelves currently. And as you can see, maybe you can see, I'm a little bit full in that center section that holds all my Christian fiction. And I even have some set aside for unhauling. Yeah, so we need to redo this to make some more room because I have books coming in that need to find homes on this shelf, both in the read section and the unread section. So let's see what I can do. Here is a sneak peek of the after. So I have taken 23. There's one pile, and there's the other pile. 23 books off my shelf. And basically my goal is to only have, so this middle section and a little bit on the sides here are my Christian fiction read, other than the very bottom is classics. But this is all read. So the books that I keep on my shelf, I would like them to be either 4 or 5-star reads. That is my goal, because I will reread 4 and 5-star reads. The only question about that is a Terry Blackstock series. And I was going to mention at the beginning, but no, I'm going to wait till the end and talk about that because I need your help on that. So that will be at the end. So don't let me forget. Okay, so let's just go. These are very randomly, just kind of as I pulled them off. So the first series that I am unhauling is the PJ Sugar series by Susan May Warren. So as I throw them, I have no idea offhand which order the books are. I think this is the right order, but I could be wrong. So that's not book number 1, I know that. Okay, so we've got Nothing But Trouble, Double Trouble, and License for Trouble. I read these books last year and I gave them all 3 stars, so it is time for that series to move on. Then I've got books 2 and 3 of the Serena Jones Mystery Series by Sandra Orchard. So book number 2 is Another Day, Another Dolly, and book number 3 is Over My Dead Body. I read these books this year. I have book 1 on my Kindle. I do not own book 1 physically, hence it doesn't make sense to keep these 2. This was a 3-star read for me. Book number 1 was a 3-star read for me. And book number 3 was a 5-star. I loved it. But I'm not going to reread book 1 and 2 to get to 3 again. And I think it was just everything worked out. I don't think I'm going to reread it ever again. But so those are those 2. Then I got By Reason of Insanity by Randy Singer. This was a 3-star read. I think I read it this year. I'm really not sure. But I remember it being very graphic in certain parts. And I don't need to reread it. Okay, and another partial is I've got Sabotaged by Danny Petrie. This is book number 5 of the Alaskan Courage series. I didn't know if I had the name right. And I only own book number 5 physically. I have the whole series on my Kindle. So it doesn't make sense to keep one book physically when I have the whole series on my Kindle. I really enjoyed this whole series. I don't remember offhand what I rated this book, but I really enjoyed this series. This was the series that introduced me to Danny Petrie's writing, and I have picked up, I think, every book since. So then I have a biography, Handcrafted by Clint Harp. I read this book this year. I gave it 3 stars. I just didn't really enjoy it that well, so it's going. Missing Isaac by Valerie Fraser Lutsey. I read this one this year. I also gave it 3 stars. It is time for it to move on. The next one is The White City by Grace Hitchcock. I gave this one 3 stars. While I enjoyed it, there was parts of it that I struggled with, so I'm not going to reread it. Okay, this one, I don't know. I really, really debate about this one. So this is The Lines Between Us by Amy Lynn Green. As you can see, it's an autographed copy. Which is why I'm like, I don't know. So there, it's autographed. I gave this one 3 stars. I just did not like the characters in this one and just didn't connect with the story. I just read this one sometime over the summer, maybe, or was it October? Like, was it that recently? Fairly recently, like within the last 6 months for sure. And because I rated it 3 stars, that's an automatic, I'm not keeping it on my shelf because it's not part of a series, it's a standalone. However, because it's autographed, I'm like, I want to keep it. But I'm pretty sure it's going. Well, I'm showing it here. I'm pretty sure it's going. So, yeah. Okay, then we have some love inspired. So this one is Evidence of Murder by Jill Elizabeth Nelson. I just read this earlier this month, so the review is already up. I gave it 3 stars. Then I have Point of No Return by Susan May Warren. And I read this again this year. I don't remember what I rated it. It was either a 2 or a 3. I just remember it was set in Russia. No, Russia? Well, now I'm wondering. It's set in a foreign country, and I did not connect with it. I did not enjoy it. And then we got Protective Custody by Lynette Eason, one of my favorite authors. But this one just kind of fell flat for me. I gave it 3 stars. Then I have Bleachers by John Grisham. This is a heavy football related book. I did not enjoy this story. I think I gave this one 2 stars. Then I got Sound of Rain by Sarah Loudon Thomas. I'm like, that name didn't sound right to me. And I just didn't connect with this as well. I don't know. I question the faith element in this story. Like, did the characters believe? Or were they, like, just kind of walking as if? I don't know. I was very confused about some of it. So I gave it 3 stars. I just didn't enjoy it. Love Finds You in Frost, Minnesota. By Judy Bear. I'm not sure. I read this, I think, last Christmas or January. It was around winter last year, anyways. And the character names drove me insane. The main guy is Jack Frost. And the main girl is Mary Noel Blake. Every time, it just drove me insane. Yeah. Then I've got Directed Verdict by Randy Singer. I'm pretty sure I read this one this year. Is this the... Oh! Wait, I've mixed up these 2 books. This one and this one. This is the one that had graphic descriptions of torturing missionaries. So I'm definitely not going to read that one. Again, I gave it 3 stars, I'm pretty sure. This one did not have graphic things. I do remember this one. This was a sweet little romance between an unexpected romance. Because I don't expect that in these legal-based books. But it was still not... I'm not going to reread it. Okay. The Great Christmas Bowl by Susan May Warren. Again, another very heavy football-related book. Could be a Christmas movie. Really think it could be. I definitely read this one in October, and I gave it 2 stars. And it was okay, but not for me. Then I've got Lone Star Sanctuary by Colleen Coble. This is book 1 of I think the series is called Lone Star Sanctuary, I'm pretty sure. And I only own book 1. I, again, read this one just last month, and it was okay. Like, I liked the ranch setting, but I don't plan on continuing the series, and I don't own the rest of the series, so I don't need to keep this one. And then the last series is called A Getaway Girls Novel by Laura Jensen Walker. So book 1 is Daring Chloe. Book 2 is Turning the Page. And book 3 is Becca by the Book. This is definitely a chick lit fiction series about just girls. A group of girls and how they don't need men to kind of be happy in life. And I did really enjoy kind of following it. And they talk a lot about books. They travel quite a bit. So I did really enjoy aspects of it. But I gave books 1 and 2 3 stars. And I gave book 3 2 stars. And normally, as we get further into the series, I tend to like kind of later series than I do the early. So this was kind of really disappointing. And it was my second time reading it when I read it last year, so I need to make some room on my shelves. Okay, so those are the 23 books that I am getting rid of to make room on my shelves. Just because they are not high ratings for me doesn't mean you won't enjoy them. So if I will have links. How will I do this? Because I have mentioned probably every single one of these books on my channel at some point in time. And I think they're all reviewed on my blog, or all but maybe the October ones, because I'm a little bit behind. But they're also, I mean, they are all reviewed on Goodreads for sure. So my Goodreads is below, and my blog link is below. Some point it will get updated, hopefully within the next couple weeks. And so, yeah. I think that's going to be the easiest, because if I link every single video where I've mentioned every one of these books, that's a lot of videos in them. A lot, because they're all separate videos. So yeah, I will link my Goodreads and my blog, and you can look that up and to see more about these books if you are interested. Okay, so the Terry Blackstock ones that I am unsure about. So, I own a lot of Terry Blackstock books. I did not count how many. I probably should. But basically, there are 5 of her books I do not own. Otherwise, my collection is pretty much complete. Minus 5 books. Now, some of those books, they're not all on my shelves because some of them are ones I just hauled. Well, I haven't hauled. I've just bought. But I haven't hauled them yet. But there are 5 books I'm missing in my collection. So because I'm so close to completing the collection, do I unhaul books that are Terry Blackstock? I don't know. But I have this series called Second Chances, and it's a 4-book series. I read this last year, and I gave every book 3 stars. So by that, they should come off my shelves, because I only want 4 or 5-star reads on my shelves. But they're Terry Blackstock. So do I complete my Terry Blackstock collection and keep them? Or do I break my rule? Or do I keep to my rule? Because that would be breaking my rule if I keep them because they're Terry Blackstock. Or do I stick to my rule and get rid of them because they weren't 4 or 5-star reads? I don't know. That's where I need your help. So what do you think I should do? Because I am so close to completing my Terry Blackstock collection. And Terry Blackstock has been a favorite author for years. Years. Like, this was the second time I read this series. So, I mean, I have read them before. Like, I've read them twice now. So the chances of me reading them a 3rd time are slim. But I love my Terry Blackstock collection, and I'm working on completing my Terry Blackstock collection. So the thought of breaking it up, yeah. So I am right now on the let's keep them until I complete the collection, and then make a decision. But that means kind of possibly saying goodbye to other books to make room for these 4 to stay. Now, these 4 are fairly skinny. So, I mean, it's like 2 regular as books fall. Right? Like, they're, you know, give or take. That's probably not a regular book. So maybe 3 for 4. I don't know. So I need your opinion in the comments. Do I keep them or do I unhaul them? Please let me know. And so that is what I am making room, taking off my shelf to make room for on my shelves. I will have a haul video coming on Christmas Day because I figured that's perfect timing, right? So I will have a haul of what I've ordered, what I received for my birthday, what I picked up at I had a thrift store sale, what I picked up at the library sale. That will all be coming. And I will tell you, right now, I'm pretty much 1 for 1 for taking books off and going to be putting books on my shelves. And those are the books I know about. So, yeah. That is going to be a big haul video coming. How big is it going to be exactly? I don't know yet. You'll have to stay tuned to find out. So I want to thank you for taking the time to watch this video. And are you making room on any of your shelves? I would love to know. And don't forget to tell me, what do I do with these books? Thank you for watching. Have a good day. Bye.